In this video, I'm going to take you through the full guide of what is available on Onlinejobs.PH and how you can use it. So let's get started. Virtually anybody with any skill can be found in the Philippines. There's 114 million people there. So if you are looking to make a hire, there's a lot of people available there. Now, there's really two ways to go about hiring on this platform. The first thing, you can make a job and people can apply to that job. Basically, it's normal job posting. People will have to fill in their resume or send you some details and they can apply. It's kind of like an ad, right? Depending on the role, if it's a more basic role, you can expect between 100 and 1,000 applicants. Also depends a bit on the package that you have, but kind of think 100, 200 applicants at minimum. If it's a more sophisticated role, for instance, now we are in the middle of hiring an SEO specialist today, and we get around 40 applicants. That's very normal for a high skilled role like that. All right. So if you get that many, you will need a mechanism to deal with that volume. And there will be another video and another document that I will create about that, how you deal with that, but you need to be able to deal with that. All right. It's actually common on Onlineph that the same job seekers that don't get hired because they're like the bottom 20% or something, they apply over and over again. So what we do is keep a blacklist of applicants, basically. Hey guys, real quick, if you are looking to make a next hire, you want to save 60 to 70% on salary costs, click the link below, book a meeting with us, and we can fulfill basically any role out there for you. So looking forward to speak there. Now, another quick tip is that sometimes the timing of the job post actually matters. So this is actually something we have this week as well. We were hiring for an admin role this week as well. And we posted one and we only got 50 applicants, which is not enough for a basic role like that. So we posted again at a better timing during, I think it was Wednesday around 4 o'clock Irish time. And suddenly we got 200. So yeah, sometimes you just have to repost maybe with a different title, change a little bit. Now, so that was the first way. You create a job post. The second way is that you go as a headhunter after the candidate. So there's like a couple of criteria you can use on the platform, as you see here. You would fill in SEO, full-time, ID score, and activity. That's kind of what we look for as well. Then this will pop up, and if you upgrade your account, it will show their names. You can contact them and pin them for later use. Now, this of course, is a little bit different than the first thing, but it's a very good way to connect with high-skilled people. I wouldn't recommend this for basic role, but for high-skilled people where you really want somebody with specific qualifications, this is a great way to do it. All right, so over to testing. Onlineph has free tests made within the platform, which are absolutely great starter points if you want to qualify somebody. So first one is IQ test. Basic IQ test, but can tell you a little bit about how smart that person is, or however you want to define that. There's an English proficiency test, super important if you want to get like a writer, ghostwriter, or something like that. And then the third one, I think, is the most important one, which is the DISC personality test. It's a basic DISC personality test, but it still works. If you don't know what it means, D is dominant, so confident, assertiveness. I is influence, so sociable, outgoing, energetic. S is steadiness, calm, patient, and supportive. And C is consciousness. So those are very detail-oriented and analytical persons. Now, it's just animal analogy to make it easier to understand. But the main thing you have to understand is one is not better than the other. So let's say you need somebody for an admin role. So in that case, you don't want somebody with the highest IQ and that has a DISC profile that is high in dominance. What you need somebody that is very comfortable and very confident in doing the same step over and over again. So you don't want somebody that's like assertive, wants to innovate things. Your business needs a certain step of task to be done, and they need to follow that basically. And that's what needs to get done, nothing else. Now, the reverse of that, if you're hiring for a more creative role, such as a video editor, then you might look for somebody that's a bit higher in influence and steadiness. So Hopefully you can see that admin role and a creative role, like a video editor, there's two different characteristics, like personality wise. There's a caveat. So these stats will help you, but to make your next hire. So definitely in the first qualification rounds, this will help you to filter, but you do need more interview rounds to really make a good judgment call here. Now, other important information points on Onlinejobs.PH is ID proof, super important. They will have to verify that they're say who they are. Now, this is something we dealt with this week as well. We got a lot of applicants for the SEO role, actually. And 10 out of 40 applicants sent the exact same, basically the exact same, what is a cover letter. And that probably means that these 10 people all work for same agency, and that is an SEO agency within the Philippines. And they kind of pretend like this person applies for the job, but then the agency is actually the one you hire and they do the job. So that's usually something you don't want if you are hiring for a real employee. Now, expected salary is something people put on their profile. Treat this as a ballpark number. This is not like the real number. Of course, you want to stay within like a range within what they indicate that they want. But by far, is this not actually what they want to make or need to make? So it's negotiable. Availability, this is very key. Always go for full time. Make sure they're 40 hours per week. Make sure they have no other commitments or no big commitments. That's really what you want to go for here. Then you have top skill selection. I usually don't look at that. It's kind of like a star system, not very useful. And the person has to fill it in themselves. So yeah, it's basically how they judge themselves. Now, another section, last section here, bad candidates and good candidates. There's many talented people on Onlinejobs.PH, people with tons of experience, but the majority of them are not. So you really have to filter out to find the best candidates. It's still an up-and-coming country, so a lot of people did not enjoy enough education or have enough business experience in order to do qualified work, or at least what we in the Western world would consider to be qualified work. Now, when I'm talking bad quality, could be one of these 5 points: poor quality of work, communication issues, which is majorly underrated, unreliability. Maybe they have like some people there have drinking problems or drug problems, and that's very sad. But you cannot work with a person that has that, so you really have to filter those people out. Lack of expertise and a lack of attention to detail. Now, all of these things, and especially them combined, you will find them back in the same kind of people. That just makes for a very bad employee. And even though it's cheaper, it's not worth it. So you really need to make sure that in the first place, you find a good person. And then when it's cheaper, that's a very good benefit. So that's what I'm describing here. Quick fix to lower costs, but in the long run, it will backfire on you. Luckily, ending on a positive note, there is far more, like there's enough perfect qualified candidates out there. So there's nothing to worry about. If you know how to hire, which you can do with my YouTube channel or apply in the link below to work with us, then there's a whole world of possibilities that just opens up for you here. All right, so that's it for this one. See you in the next one.